What's happening, everybody? This is Tico Wells, and First Generation College Bound presents The Winning Attitude. And we got Miss Rena Ross.
Yeah.
Did I pronounce it professionally?
You sure did.
Rena Ross.
Yes.
Tell us about yourself and your affiliation with First Generation College Bound.
Like you said, my name is Rena Ross, and I am a parent coordinator for First Generation College Bound.
Okay.
I started probably a year after Joe started the program, and it was myself and another lady, and what we did, she worked on the Kimberly Garden side, I worked on the Cherry Branch side, and by me working already at the property.
And for those who don't live in Laurel, those are two
separate places, right? Two communities,
next to each other.
right, next to each other on Cherry Lane in Laurel, Maryland.
Laurel, Maryland. Yes.
Laurel, Maryland. And Joe came over and he was asking, could he have the high school part of it, grades 9 and up to 12th grade at the community center. And we said, yeah, and his and I relationship developed from there. I had already met him.
Okay.
Yeah. But I really got started working from that point when he brought the program to the community center.
Now, one of your children, you have...
My daughter, I have 2 children, and one of them went through the program.
Right, okay. So this was before you met him, or after you met him, your daughter grew up and got into the program, or what?
After I met him, then she started.
Okay.
She started in the program.
Okay.
Because she was like in the 8th grade. But when I first met Joe, my daughter was still in elementary school.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And did you ever, so Cherry Branch had their own facility, and then Kimberly Gardens had their own facility?
Yes, but they didn't have any programs there until Joe brought them.
Right.
Yeah, until First Generation College Bound came to the community, they didn't have any other kind of tutorial programs there.
And what was the first program you remember over there?
The homework clubs. Yeah, they had the homework clubs, and it was designed for the children to come in. They came there every day, and they stayed a couple hours, and they had teachers, they had life skills, they went on trips, they got out of the neighborhood, they formed closer relationships to make the community in which we live in a greater community. And these children, I mean, even to this day, and this was like 20-some years ago, and these children still talk about it, that it started right there at First Generation College Bound. Still solid friendships and things like that, and still about that community.
I remember back in the day going over there and doing my motivational talks and stuff like that. It was beautiful.
Yes, it was.
It was beautiful, and you know, communities can work together.
Yes, they can. And Kimberly Gardens is affordable housing property as well as Cherry Branch was. And so I believe that by the children coming together with the education piece of it, and then Joe brought in, Mr. Fisher brought in other people, it made it cohesive. Because once upon a time it was a little, you know, like y'all stayed here and we over here. There wasn't even a little gate that separated the two properties. But that was the thing that brought them together.
Right.
Yeah. So that was a great thing that First Generation College Bound did. So, but how I met Joe is a whole lot different from what we're all talking about. Let me let y'all know.
Okay.
I was home on a Sunday, frying some chicken.
Frying some chicken.
A knock come at the door.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who? I'm wiping my hands on my apron. I'm like, who is knocking on a person's door this time of evening?
It was at night.
Well, it was getting dark.
Okay.
And so I go to the door, and this tall man is standing there. And I'm like, well, what do he want? So he starts to talk, and the whole time he's talking, I'm thinking about my chicken. I mean, he had lost me the first couple. I mean, I'm like, what is he talking about? Right. So anyway, after he did his spiel,
talking about college college and kids going to college.
Right. And so I said to him, I said, man, my children ain't even in middle school. They still in elementary. Well, it's never too early to start it. And I'm thinking, yeah, but you know, so he's talking, and I'm like, okay, so he's got to go because I got to get back to the skillet. So anyway, so I said, but you know, right now you can't really help me, but I can tell you where you can go.
Okay. Right?
Okay. So I told him, and so then he left, and he proceeded to go on the doors where I had told him. Right. And I want y'all to know the chicken still was pretty fried, so he didn't mess that part of it up. Okay. But that following week, I visited this church called Faith AME Church here in Laurel. Okay. And guess who come down the aisle?
Joe Fisher.
Joe Fisher on the male chorus.
Wow.
Right? He come down the aisle, and I'm like, I know that man. That's the man that came to my door. So I'm glad I wasn't really rude.
I'm glad you weren't too.
Right. So then he comes over to the property, and there I see him again, and he started talking to me about it, and I got really engaged in it then because, like, I'm listening. You got my full attention, and I think it would be a wonderful program, an awesome program.
Right.
So then we went to the manager at that time was Patricia Goins.
Oh, you remember?
And we went to it. My job was resident services.
Okay.
So we sold her that, and she was on board for it. She got permission from her bosses and stuff, and it was the history.
Wow.
That was it.
And people just think things just happen without some spark, some vision, some inspiration, you know.
Yeah, but Joe had did a whole lot of groundwork on it. He had done it. And what still inspires me to this day with working with First Generation under his leadership is that it's rare. Joe has the same commitment, the same steadfastness as he had from that day when he knocked on my door. I've never seen it slow down. If anything, he did went a little, faster, but he has never walked away from that commitment.
Right.
Joe is still a people person in the world with all this technology we got.
Yeah.
Joe is still like, he wants to touch you. He wants to look right in your eyes. And that's what I like. He's a people person.
Right.
And he has never strayed from his vision. He has never. And he always gives honor because he's, kind of modest. He always gives honor to a lot of other people and a lot of other things before he'll speak about himself.
Right.
And even my daughter, who's will be 38, she and her friends still talk about First Generation now. They still talk about Mr. Fisher when he would come into the neighborhood. I mean, it was a joke for a long time that on Thursday nights when Cosby was on, you was in Cosby, you knock on the door, who was it? Mr. Fisher. On a Thursday night, you didn't do that.
Not the newspaper man, not the Washington Post collector.
Not even Jehovah's Witness.
Not even Jehovah's Witness.
It was on Saturday morning.
Joe Fisher, First Generation.
Get you.
Yeah.
He would go on the basketball court to get the boys and stuff like this, right? But what he did, he provided an out for many of the children because a lot of the children would have never went to the Kennedy Center. They would have never went on college tours.
Right.
They would have never done a lot of that. Joe brought everything that the child needed right to them. That's what I like that about it because I don't drive.
Right.
But I remember he brought all the teachings to the parents.
Yeah.
They just had to go maybe as far as like Law Senior High, but they didn't have to go far.
Right.
And so that was really wonderful. And then there was a lot of people that he had got to help him out. A lot of young people who came and spoke like you did. Spoke a word into these children's lives and things like that and inspired them. And I mean, it's countless stories about that. I seen girls that wasn't really, taking care of themselves, but after talking and engaging with the other children, hey, but everybody excelled. I still hear that. They're trying to, the last time I talked to some of the children, they're trying to do a day when all the children would come back that lived in there during those years. And we talking about like maybe 25 years ago.
Right.
For these children to come back and they all still got them same stories.
What was the little girl whose mother was always there with her, little fair-skinned girl? Her mother worked in Kimberly Gardens.
Oh,
I can't think of her name now. She had to be like 2 years old.
Yeah.
And she's grown now. And just countless stories of people whose lives have been changed.
Yes.
And some people, I remember them from being little. I don't recognize them now. And they're like, yeah, I remember when you came and spoke. How did you you've been on the board for a while. What's the importance of having a good board of directors?
Very, very important. And he has it because I've been impressed with that board for a long time. When I first just started coming on the board, I wasn't really on the board, but I was still just coming out to support Mr. Fisher in the role as the parent coordinator.
Right.
And I was impressed with the people who he had on the board. He had people from different walks of life, not just people in the education field.
Right.
And that always impressed me. And when I went to those meetings, it always got done. Always. That used to just blow my mind. How people could come and before maybe you may or whoever may put a comma, it was always a period after we finished. It was, if we needed this, we had it. Somebody knew somebody else that could help us get it. It was always a success. And it's very important that you have a cohesive group of people who want to do the same thing. Teamwork. What they say, teamwork, the dream work, and get it done.
Okay.
And that's what gets done. To the day, some people have come and gone, for other reasons and challenges in life and stuff. but the board still remains real sound.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about it. And when I go to every meeting, even now, when I go to the meetings, I'm still so proud to be a part of it because I don't really say a lot, but just sitting there knowing that you're amongst people that believe in what Mr. Fisher believes in.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they undergird him really well. We all, we help him with that dream that's, oh man, you don't even know. It's like, I'm in a lot of different organizations. I do a lot of different things, but First Generation College Bounds Board is really solid. You go to a meeting, it's done.
Yeah.
It's I mean, from anybody that has a part to do with accountants, everybody, everything that's done is done in top quality.
I love it. I love it.
I do too. It's really awesome.
So, what's this about a parent ambassador? What's that all about?
See, that's something new.
Okay.
That's something new. And for people that don't know Joe just springs something on you.
He said, you're the parent ambassador.
Now you're the parent ambassador. You get a phone call. That's what it is. You just move. You just say, yeah. Because you saying no.
No.
It ain't even you saying, well, let me think about it.
Right.
No, you just what Joe said you are.
Right.
So now I'm ambassador. I'm a parent ambassador for First Generation College Bound. I'm going to live up to it.
Okay. I love it.
I'm going to live up to it.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, but that's one of the most important things that I do. I love First Generation College Bound. I've seen so much success.
Yeah.
Even though we live in a world where there's a whole lot of bad negative stuff going out.
Yeah.
For the most part, the children that went there are still children that are around. They're living. They're responsible. They're in their neighborhoods making a difference. And even, I mean, I could be anywhere and they'll come up, hey, Miss Rena. And I'll be like,
where do I know you from?
Where I know you from? Cherry Branch, First Generation, and all you got to do, and even
First
the boys
Generation.
still talk about Mr. Fisher. They still talk about him knocking on those doors and things like this, right? And even to the point where people that didn't, I'm from Laurel. I'm actually born here, everything.
Are you related to the Moores?
Yep. That's my Uncle Tuto, Holly, and my Aunt Mildred. They're no longer with us. But
did you know Maurice Moore?
Yeah, that's my cousin.
That's one of my best friends. God rest his soul.
Rest his soul and everything
Man,
like that, right?
don't get me going there.
Yeah.
That's one of my high school. When people say I'm born in Laurel, there's some related to the Moore family and
because you were on Cook's Lane, right? Didn't you live in there?
For a minute.
Yeah, for a minute. That's where I was born.
What?
Right on that street.
What?
But the second house from the corner where the houses start. I'm about second house.
What?
Oh yeah.
Just for one little hot semester because we lived on Conti and 197
right.
most of the time when I was in Laurel. But my mother decided to move into this little house over there in the Grove.
In the Grove. That's what we call it. We still call it.
In the Grove.
Yeah, it don't look like that no more, but we still call it
the changed. The Grove. Just Grove.
Everything has changed.
Yeah, everything's
changed.
And for the better, mostly for the better.
Yeah, for the most part, To me, I just find it a little congested.
But you know what?
Yeah, but other than that, it's cool.
Sometimes things just grow out of hand, but it's been a pleasure just, hanging out with you here. Is there anything you want to say to parents or to the community about First Generation before we leave?
Yeah, I would just like to tell everybody, if you have an opportunity, take it with First Generation College Bound. If your children are in the schools where it's at, take it. If it's not there, call it. Call the number and see can you get it. But take advantage of it. Parents, when you have to give the information that the organization needs, give it. Anybody trying to be nosy or nothing like this about how much money and this and that, it's all worth it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I would tell anybody, it's rare for a program to still be in existence. We over 20-some years.
29.
And it's rare for the head of this company to still have that same dream, that still umption as he did 20-some years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? So First Generation is the right thing.
Yeah.
If you want your children to go to college, if you want your children to excel, if you want things for even parents to get to have that kind of knowledge, Mr. Fisher brings that to you. First Generation College Bound is a top organization, and they do what they say. Every year you get to see what the program did from the results. And you get to see years ago. I know I see it.
Yeah.
I see it all the time.
Yeah.
I see it all the time, and I know that it works because these children they got children themselves now.
I know.
You know what I mean? And they still talking about it. You know what I mean? They still talking about it. They still talking about that program because a lot of them have founded their relationships from that program.
Thank you.
Working.
Thank you. Thank you for sitting down
Thank
with us.
you for
And
having me.
we're gonna do some more of this too.
Yeah.
You know, get the word out there. If you see this on YouTube, like it, subscribe, share. And if you are in the Laurel, Prince George's County area, the website is FGCB.org, and the phone number is 301-490-0911. Thank you again, Ms. Rena Ross.
Thank you.
Peace and blessings to you all out there. Tico Wells for First Generation College Bound, and we're developing a winning attitude. Peace.